Hello, all greetings. This is Gilles Mention. I wanted to come and say hello. I'm going to do a video. I'm inspired to speak a little bit longer today on a few different subject matter, which is connected to essential wisdom, transcendental psychology. For in many sense, this is essential wisdom is absolutely meaningless for those who are not yet open to that understanding. What I'm trying to offer is as most philosophers, remarkable ideas that are ideas that are practical. If you apply it, they increase immediately the quality of your life. They expand your consciousness. They help you to understand more who you are. For we are eternal beings of light, and we do not want to forget that. And our true essence is love, and there is no other real nature. For you are love, I am love, and the universe is created from love for the purpose of discovering love. Of course, in the realm of ignorance, men can choose something else, and we often do. But we're in a shifting time, and so this love is becoming. We are connecting more and more to this unified field of crystalline consciousness. The highest wisdom for us today is the effort. What we need to understand is achievement. What we need to do is limitation. We have to accept our limitation and move through follow the fellow who follows the dream, follow the rainbow over the stream, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. It is the central path towards the source to allow ourselves to accept the limitation, to accept all the dark and the light on each side, but to stay on the yellow brick road all the way back to the land of Oz, where we discover the truth, where we are the master of our own universe. So it is the destination of this great expanse of heaven. We will become sovereign creator. And the general message is the healing. For that's what is going on. Accepting the healing, accepting the universe will heal us, accepting the angels. There is a great deal that is here to give. Essentially, what's going on is that we're going to reach an apogee. Apogee in French, apotheos, or in Greek, that means becoming God. Apotheos, becoming God. So it is about this ascension. It is the cumulation, the apex of consciousness, and this will happen depending on our comfort zone. When that happens, our consciousness will reach a permanent state of integration and unity in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th dimension, or 10th dimension. For this matrix is a 9-dimensional matrix, with the 10th dimension is the central sun. Of course, you can reach higher, but it's understanding the alignment of all your bodies in all those dimensions. For we all have that higher self. Everybody, even the darkest soul, those who are exploring dark programs, have a higher self, and they are which are divine beings of life. We were all created as beings of love and light, but in the exploration of ourself, we choose to. The universe was created by life, for life to be experienced, and for the creature experiences becomes possible. For of course, it is. Of course, I do believe in the intervention of God. I want the intervention of God, spirits, and angels in my life each and every day. For Epicure didn't believe or didn't want this providence, when the Stoics were very much like, no, we want the God intervening in our life. We want to believe, we want to know that the gods have a power to assist us, to align us, and so but we do have to choose it. No beings will ever interfere when you have to invite those beings to teach you, or to show you, to assist you. For the divine law there is a non-interference law, for we are all created equal to one. So if you are created equal to God, God knows that you have all the power within yourself to find your own freedom, your own empowerment. Yet we are mirror to each other. It is good also to thank God for all the little things that He's doing for us that we do not know. For He's doing all kinds of little things that we do not know. Sometimes He's doing even big things that we do not know. But no matter what it is, there is this kind. The soul is doing its program, but God is like overseeing the whole coordination. Is like the oversoul of life. And so is but it is the soul that is in charge of the program. Understanding that God is the only one who knows truly infinity and eternity, and yet is the only real being. For everybody else exists because God wants them to exist. But if God is the only one that does not need anybody for existence, but we are depending on that. Or the whole universe, every creator, for even the microbes, have consciousness. They're making choices. They're like in the physical world. There is this path of choice, and so there is this growth, this sexual principle of expansion towards infinity, of diversity, and then the return to unity at the end of the program. Yeah, because in essence, we have to understand unity before we move into the understanding of Trinity, which is what makes life what it is. It's because the three primordial Godheads are in many sense. I want to salute my friend and my friend and guide Todd, the Master of Wisdom. For I know he keeps working with me, showing me. Sometimes he shows me things, and there's many spirits in the heavens that are working with me on the conscious level, of course on the unconscious level as well, but since I'm not conscious, it is my I am presence that tell me something, or some of my guides tell me that this spirit showed me something that is done for me, or something that I done for them, or whatever. It's kind of interesting. As you trust your I am presence, you can develop this inner dialogue with yourself. It is very important to know who's your soul. Your soul is not the loudest voice within ourselves, for we have this critical mind, the ego, that takes over the program. But as we let go of the ego, we become in a contemplative state, and life can unfold. And it's very important to engage a discussion with your own soul, your spirit, your God self. For this is all one. When you discover your soul, you discover the God self. It is it's not a stranger. It is you. You are you are not this mortal consciousness. Of course, we are part of that, but in essence, this voice of the soul of your God self is your true self. So you can engage a conversation with yourself if you know yourself. So you can just, it is very important to not be shy in developing this connection. So it's a bit longer video, so I'm going to do a little very short break. Musical break. Here, this painting is about astronomy. It's mythology and cosmology. It's the power of astrology, the power of the planets. Those beings ascended. I've already made a conversation about that. The history of those Greek gods that are they were great galactic beings that, by chance, they became involved with the human race, but in many sense they're still there, they're still very powerful, they're loving, they're unified now, they're no longer in duality fighting each other. And I have many paintings that are in preparation, new paintings, but they're drying now. So I'm just going to sing along if you like. It's a little piece of song that's very sweet from Burke Baccarat. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that they're just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Discovered this song with Austin Powers, very funny movie. I really like it. As a model, Austin Powers was very... in the 60s, the hippies have discovered this truth of unity and love was so much more important than violence and brutality. But then the powers that be had to confuse the whole program to maintain power. But this enlightenment really started from there. And then in the 70s, the harmonic convergence, and then it took ground, and then now we're here. And so I'm going to just continue briefly. I'm going to pull for 5. I'm going to pull a few cards for the angels. I wanted to say that Lao Tzu said that we don't need to travel, to physically travel in the universe to visit the whole universe. The master does not need to leave his house to visit the universe. And in a sense, it's because once we open our third eye, we are invited, and our consciousness is free to break beyond the physical ground, physical body, then we are able to travel, and everything's come to us. It is also in the same sense that it says that if the Mahomet doesn't go to the mountain will come to Mahomet. It is in answer because Moses found God on the Mount Sinai, but Mahomet didn't have to go to the Mount Sinai to find God, for God came to him. And so it is. And so let's see what the angels have to say for today. Ooh. What's in the past is happiness. What's in the present is learning, apprentissage. And what's in the future is trial. We're tried because of indulgence. And then the outcome will be authenticity. We have to let go of all those things that are hibris. What we're looking for now is consolation. And the outcome of this process that we are going through is justice, it is balance, it is harmony, it is everything will be made right. So trust that. Do not doubt your own soul plans. For we didn't come here to suffer or struggle. We came here to enjoy, and so know that. To understand that we are made in the image of God, but God does not have a form. He's formless. He's beyond form. He's everything. He's the one that is all and all that is one. And but yet it is in terms of potential. He has created. We have been created with this potential. So let's say it's good. Because of the critical mind, it is far better usually not to have judgment on others, because we do not have all the lucidity, we do not know all about them. If there is a judgment, that if there is something that needs to be judged with, if God sees that the best judge to judge, if the judgment needs to be, is God. It's like Spinoza. Let the universe handle it. Let God handle things, because He knows so much better than you do. So trusting is far better than feeling that we with our limited ego mind, we have a power to judge any other soul. It is the inner, the God, they have God within themselves. If there is a need for judgment, however, when because of how the program is set up, we do have to make the most important choice are within the moral realm. It was Aristotle that was kind of one of his interesting ideas, let's say, is that the most important, well, it was already Platonician, Aristotle was a Platonician, is the idea that the most important choice are within the realm of moral. When you can take a moral inferior choice or moral superior choice. It's always this is really the choice, the most important choice. But the other choice, whether you eat a banana or an apple, is not a true. But then if we choose to do good to someone or to hurt them behind their back, is different moral choice that has a lot more consequences in relationship to. In a unity consciousness, God sees the whole, so He knows, He feels everything, and so at the end of our life, we become one with our soul, and we see there was only one soul. So everything we did, we will be able to experience the cause and the effect of all our actions through the eyes of all the other people that have experienced it. Of course, there is no fear or there is no need for anything. It's just an experience. We have to balance out, so we're going to become contemplative. We want to move Godwards. We want to be free from judgment and attachments and let life unfold for us. For the Supreme Being is really the God of time and space. It is really what needs to be realized, what is true, what is beautiful, and what is good. And there is a double motion that's been going on. The Supreme Being will eventually emerge from Paradise and take over the dominion of all time and space when time and space will have completed their cycle. Right now we're in the finite incomplete. When we move into finite complete, the Supreme, on a cosmic level, the Supreme will come out of Paradise. But there is two motion. The Supreme is like... He's not really a creator, he's a coordinator, a composite consciousness. And what he does is that there is an expansion of this inner consciousness of God towards the universe, and there is a pull back into the Paradise Center and the central universe that is going on. So it is, as there is space motion and respiration that we do not know yet, but we will come to understand much of that. Understand the Christ is the bridge. It is the bridge to the higher plane. It is beyond Sananda, beloved Joshua. It is, of course, call on Him, walk with Him, and you'll see that's going to increase your lucidity, increase your love, increase your awareness, your respect for the Christ consciousness. As we align to that, there are countless, not countless, but there are a great deal of dimension that are pure Christic dimension, and we connect to the whole company of heaven. For it is the Christ is the divine manifestation of this man and God as made as one. There was his mission to show man that potential that they can also achieve and that they have to achieve. For you wanna call on those higher forces, whichever one you feel comfortable. Your guides are always with you, and to embrace, to open your mind, to open your heart, and to understand your soul is a go-between between the cosmic mind and the lower consciousness. But as we bring more of our soul, we feel a lot better. Right now we are being reborn. into the fifth dimensional matrix. So it is, the birth is painful and difficult. It is the baby, when he comes into the world, is into his light body, and it takes like a few years before he gets physically integrated into this matrix of materiality. And it is the same when we are reborn in spirit inside. It's like we open our eyes, the light is really too bright, the sound is like overwhelming, we need nourishment, so we have to turn to the mother up there for nourishment, for light will nourish us. But so there is a whole process of rebirth, so we have to be patient and be kind and take care of ourselves with this babyhood, this spiritual babyhood, and use your imagination to work within the light. But when we'll discover the fifth dimensional light is far more marvelous, far more rich, far more exciting than anything we can imagine with our physical mind. And so we have to spiritualize our mind to begin to sense it. I'm going to do another little music break. It's a beautiful song by John Lennon about love, always. It's my favorite subject. Love is real, real is love. Love is feeling, feeling love. Love is wanting to be loved. Love is touch. Touch is love. Love is reaching, reaching love. Love is asking to be loved. Love is you, you and me. Love is knowing we can be. Love is free, free is love. Love is living, living love. Love is needing to be loved. Thank you very much, John Lennon. Beautiful song. So I wanted to also draw a few cards from the iPad. So I thought I'd make it a little bit longer because I may I don't know, I'm gonna I didn't want to make it too long so that I don't get too exhausted by the time, because I'm doing it in French and then I have to do it in English. So and I do feel that it's important to communicate as much as possible. English is a very powerful and potent language because it's a simple language that allows for many people of many cultures to communicate. It's like the Latin in the Renaissance or the Greek during the Roman era. It was the language of intellectual. Although French is a wonderful language, I'm going to continue to communicate in French. I may learn new languages in time. The highest wisdom is the orphan. Understanding we've never been, God has never left us, we can never leave us, it is in our mind. So just to make that reconnection, trust that, so know that, embrace that, become that, and it is all there, it always has been. So what we need to understand is the farm, how to nourish ourselves and nourish others. What we need to do is karmic relationship, is to accept the relationship for what they are teaching us and showing us, and every relationship is important to mirror certain aspect of ourselves. And the general message for us today is Celtic. Celtic is the communion and connection to the natural kingdoms and worlds. For I wanted to say that the planet is everything that is matter is connected to life as consciousness. For the planet is a real being that provides this energy, and the stars are real beings which they are beyond the frequency of consciousness that human can perceive at this point, but the great gods of mythology, for instance, were extraterrestrial that came into the earth, had a very strange experience, and then they ascended into much higher planes. But they're immortal beings. They're the brothers and sisters as well. But they're much higher planes. And but it's a beautiful plane. They have a lot of good time. They invited me. They say, "Well, come, it's a great celebration that is ahead." I have to allow all my physical system to heal, to be kind and patient, to understand breathing consciously is, as a smoker, I'm a bit handicapped, even if I quit smoking, I have been a smoker for many years, so it takes a long time to recuperate the fullness of the depths of my breath, to go way down inside my lung, like the dolphin utilize 95% of their lung and 90% of their brain, the higher beings. I'm going to return to that, but understanding that there is when we breathe and we're not conscious, it keeps the flow of oxygen in our body that makes it possible for us to live in this physical body. But once we are conscious of the prana, that within the air, the ether, there is those particles of light and love that are really fine particles of divine love and light that we call. Well, it doesn't matter how we call it, but in essence, oxygen just alone, oxygen. And so when you breathe in, you envision, you know that it is full of pranic light, divine light. And the more you realize, the more you believe that, the more, and then you can blow out the stress, or blow out the creativity if you don't have any stress. But to be more conscious of the air that coming in and out, to know that eventually, once we tune into the finer frequency within the air and within our breath, we will be able to live without food or drink or sleep. We'll become unified into this eternal field of consciousness that will, once we open this river of life, the stream of good life, that we are working, we are letting ourselves going into that flow, that direction. So I wanted to say, in relationship to, it is important to be activist in relationship to the environment, because we want, it's not like now we have space technology, we can pollute somewhere else, we can pillage other planets, we can continue to, we have destroyed the Earth, and we're looking for another planet to destroy. We're behaving, it's not human. We have to be responsible and restore this planet, and we'll be able to discover more. But the universe will not allow this pollution to go beyond the realm of the Earth. We have to fix this problem first before we are given access to higher realm of the universe. Yes, as an individual soul, you are free, and you can free to explore the whole universe. Like I said, it's just a matter of belief, faith, and opening in the crown chakra, and or through dreams, or there is many ways to communicate. Understanding everybody's got a higher self. Even the darkest soul are divine beings of love and light, and they always will be, always have been. But they have forgotten that they moved into the exploration of something really dark, which is part of the program. And so just love them, forgive them. It is not your soul family, you're not part of this family of dark, family of light. But we want to embrace the brothers of the dark, to say they welcome back into the light, into the love, for that's all they are anyway. So they just hopefully they will stop resisting and enjoying the family of light. We want to tune into that monad. It's this group soul, for we are divine being of eternal, magnificent and created in the glory of God at the dawn of time. So we were all created magnificent, but we were created as group. So we're not alone. We have also divine beings that are part of this soul family. They're higher celestial beings that are influencing the path of our life. And we all have that monad. There's a philosopher named Leibniz, 17th century, who invented the binary system, who also discovered this monad. A wonderful philosopher. He thought he was the attorney, the lawyer of God. So somebody had to speak for God, because people didn't understand. They still don't. But we were working towards that. For this God self is unfolding. It is our relative reality that we are exchanging and sharing and growing with every day. So the universe was created for life, to grow, to expand, to become more. So in any situation, there is all kinds of contrast that may need to be addressed, but it's very important to learn to not engage too long with anything too contrasty, and to return regularly to this place, inner place of peace and bliss. Peace and bliss, or peace and joy, and to bring your inner center with you no matter where you go. Bring your guide, bring your source. Know this consciousness will go with you no matter what, but be aware of it so you can utilize that, and know you can always return to center. You have, in many sense, even in the higher plane, we expand, and then we always have to return to center, and then we re-expand. But we know this power when here we're just inside the labyrinth of the mind. in truth, we have to understand that God has given us infinite will to fight against the false self, the ego, but we do not know how to utilize that just yet. Also understanding from a geographical standpoint, the reality of the divine universe, the central universe, is rather far, very far, but it's like there is the great center, at the great center of the universe of universes. It is invisible, but there is a great distance that separates us. Yet the connection that we can make within the heart is enough to create this subtle realm of connection, this alignment, to ask to be aligned with that frequency, and then the doors of consciousness, of vision, of understanding, of opens up in relation to this origin. For at the beginning, we were, I know that it's a story that's been revealed to me, we were absolute spirits. We were living on Paradise, and we never thought to move or to do anything, or we have no need for anything. This is no desire. We were connected internally. We were like maybe 10 of us, and we are two different order, and we have this specific location that we live in. And but one day the God says and presented the samsara, so we checked it out and we decided to partake. Otherwise, we would not even. We still, of course, I'm still there. I'm not really here with you. I'm still. Everything is happening within my head over there. I'm clear of that. On that. But since my consciousness has left, I'm no longer connected to all those paradise forces. I have accepted the separation to integrate the universe, and I know I will return as more than what I've left. I will have additional form and expression. And on Paradise, our group of beings are the keeper of a great valley. It's a valley. We have two mountains, and in between there is a valley. It's like it was a desert when I left it. We never really had any need of any kind for any form of development. But since this valley has been coming really back into my mind, first I don't know, maybe something happened there by the time, because when I left, the universe wasn't even created. So since the universe has been going on for quite a lot longer than human believe, the cosmos is a lot older than human believe, and we were there right at the beginning. Yet so there is maybe things that are happening there that I'm not aware. I try to invite the elementals of the earth. They went to check it out, but they have absolutely no use for that. Absolutely, because their function is here. So so this is so we accepted to by a miracle of divine creative miracle, God was able to split a part of me and send it into the universe so I can be here with you. So it is nice, but it's also nice to ask the universe to know your spiritual origin, to remember who you are. For you can always return to that, for that is the only truth that is real. Everything is an experience after that. So yeah, it is important to be an activist for what is to be proactive in the relationship to awakening, and the environment for the earth is the first thing we want to protect against. Also wanted to say that the cetacean, the dolphins and whale most particularly, are extraterrestrial, the galactic beings that are here to hold the frequency for the planet. They're not animals, and so I always feel shocked when I see them prisoner inside swimming pools with try to amuse children, and if I had the political power, I would free them. I would let them go. The same thing with the circus that are torturing animals not dogs and cats. If we can do a circus with dogs and cats, but lions and elephants, those are not meant to be tortured to make tricks. So I would stop that. Of course, I would, and I know also that in France there is a whole group of people that would not appreciate my maybe being given too much responsibility, because it's those who are sports hunter. I find that absolutely. I despise sports hunting. If you're gonna kill an animal to eat, the animal will gladly give his life to save yours. But it's just the pleasure of utilizing an advanced technology to deprive the earth of that physical life, a little bird, a little deer. I think it's extremely cruel and conscious. But those things will come into. Of course, we don't want to force anybody. The earth knows that the programs of everybody and all the lower cycle are created for a function, so that everybody can learn on his level. Yet there is a transformation of energy on the planet, and so So we'll be we're going to see a lot of changes into a more conscious, also in terms of ecology. So as we move into appreciation and gratitude, the idea of appreciation and gratitude will center us into the now of the one. The more we move into this appreciation and gratitude, the more we can be free. We can breathe into the pillar of light and just let go of thoughts. And being in this appreciation, we move into more present and more presence. I also want to thank all those that are helping me and assisting me with maybe the publication of my book soon. I'm going to pull a few more cards and finish with the highest wisdom for us is faim and alimentation. We have to be master of our desires. That's what it means. It's okay to have desire, but be master of it, and then you can utilize the desire. Like I've been fasting for a couple of days, and it's getting easier. Right? It's what we need to understand is Egypt. The power of magic for call on Thoth. Of course, you don't want to disturb if you're not ready for him. It's like Merlin. You do not want to call on certain master. If you call on them and you're not ready, they're not going to stay very long. They come in, they say hello, and they're gone. But if you're ready, there are higher beings that are really ready to assist. It is a matter of comfort. What we need to do is trust and faith. And the general message is to face our fear. Once we face our fear, we will be stronger. Once we face our fear, we say, well, I welcome the fear. Please show me your love. Please, or accept my love. And then you'll see that it's some complete illusion. But they have function. Fears have function. They are very important. They are showing us those things that are still in separation. And so we should respect our fear, but we do not want to cultivate them, of course. And we don't want to use fear as a means of creation. It is very important to not use this form of antimatter. Fear is antimatter. It's what is felt. It's not material, but it's felt. And love is antimatter. There is two positive and negative antimatter, and we want to use when we see the fear, we feel the fear. We do not want to be afraid of it or reject it. We just want to integrate it and transmute it. And as we move love and light into the experience, we become conscious of bringing that experience. The fear is being transmuted, but some of them have been active for a very long time, so it takes a few times before we move into a totally new process. So don't forget, follow the yellow brick road, follow the fellow who follows the dream, follow the rainbow over the stream, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. We have to stay in the center, in this central way, be in between good and evil, or the contrast of the physical world, and bring our center with us to understand that a reality may be physical. We may believe that reality is physical, but the mental, emotional is far more true to who we are and what is going on in the experience than all the physical realm. And those are created as complement for experience, of course. Well, I hope this video was interesting for you. Maybe we'll sing the last song. Yeah, it's a long video today. This is a beautiful song from beloved Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson. I'm sure you can sing it along. There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We are all part of God's great big family, and the truth, love is all we need. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own life, it's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. Send them your heart, so they'll know that someone cares, and their life will be stronger and free. As God has shown us by turning stone to bread. And so we must all lend a helping hand. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own life, it's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. When you're down and out, there seems no hope at all. But if you just believe there's no way we can fall, well, let's realize that change can only come when we stand together as one. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own life, it's true, we'll make a brighter day, just you and me. Well, thank you very much for sticking till the end. I know it's a long video, but I was called to speak a little bit more, to maybe so that to continue to express those ideas. Well, I hope that was interesting. I send love and blessings, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.